Key number 4 is to take action. Now, that might sound really straightforward, and I guess in some ways it is straightforward. You look at your list and you begin to take action on your list, and you start ticking off all the things that you are doing along the way. You just go and you do the things that you've committed to do. But you and I know that things aren't always as straightforward as that, because sometimes we have things on our list that create a little bit of discomfort within us. And sometimes we have things on our list that might push us beyond our comfort zone. And I hope there are things on your list when you start to create the change in your life that pushes you past your comfort zone. Because if you want to grow, you need to push past your comfort zone. There's no growth inside your comfort zone. So if you want things to change, you actually need to be outside of your comfort zone. And that is the exact reason why we must be really aware and conscious and awake when it comes to the area of taking action, because this is where we can fall back into old patterns of thinking and old patterns of behavior, and sometimes it can be very, very subtle in how it works. So let me give you an example. Imagine that you have decided to have a conversation with your wife around becoming more intimate again. You've made that decision that is something that you want to have a conversation about. And when you think about having that conversation, maybe that brings up a little bit of fear and anxiety, because you know that the conversation isn't going to be a little as straightforward as you may hope or may like it to be, because you know that your wife is unhappy because you haven't actually been treating her in the way that she wants to be treated, and she's made that known to you. So the conversation could be a little bit difficult, and it could bring up some pain for you and some hurt for you. So you could have made that committed decision, and as the time comes near to have that conversation, you might say to yourself, do you know what, I'm going to put that conversation off because I want to be in a really good state of mind in order to have that conversation go well. Now, that might be true. You might feel tired, you might feel like you can't have that conversation right away, but check in with yourself. Check in. Are you putting that off because you're afraid to have that conversation, or are you genuinely tired and you're putting that off in order to ensure that you are in a good state to be able to effectively have that conversation? But check in, because anytime that you're pushing close to the edge of your comfort zone, or anytime there's a bit of fear around a particular situation, your mind has a way of doing its best to keep you safe, and it has a way of convincing you to fall back into old ways and old patterns. So keep alert when it comes to taking action. Take immediate action on the small things, and plenty of action, because that's what's going to give you plenty of feedback. And that's what step number 5 is, or key number 5 is.